pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll open it up for public comment.
Oh, don't go all at once.
I'm just staying in a warm spot.
What's the deal on this morning I heard on the news there's some slaughter plants that closed down and they're
Nebraska,
really disturbed the market.
You're fine.
Tyson shut one, their big capacity one down.
For permanent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is it
3,200
that's fine.
employees and 5,000 head of cattle a day.
I can't believe they could close it down where they gotta be making money right now like crazy.
The packer don't like paying high prices for cows.
They probably showed up and they don't have any employees.
That could be too.
Yeah.
Well, there's what, 6 other packing plants in the vicinity around them. Nebraska got a batch of them. This just happened to be Tyson's big one. Maybe it was ready to retool. Anything to make the market fluctuate.
There's a guy that is, well, I can't remember where I saw it. He had a big video up and he's looking for investors for $5 million because he's a rancher. Wants to go buy one of these packing plants that closed and sell beef only to the US. Which it's a wonderful idea, but it's not gonna work.
There's been several try.
Yeah, too much competition.
Well, I think in Colorado, right on the Nebraska line, and that there's a co-op type starting there, they're gonna be huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
From Sterling,
I think it's,
Oglaw.
I think it was closer to, yeah, it was in that area somewhere. It's in Colorado, on the Colorado side, but
Kind of up in that corner.
yeah.
The problem is private plant. How do you compete with Tyson and JBS?
Co-op, pool your resources, and I think there's a market there.
There could be, but that's a lot of risk.
It's a thin one.
And what can you do in today's market that's not a risk?
You can't go up against monopolies privately though either.
Oh,
Well,
JBS has got some.
They're not supposed to communicate with each other, but you got a feeling that they're on speed dial.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kind of like when Bundy, and they got that Bundy and Golden Butte deal down there. Neil Cornsey gets put in as BLM director, ratified by the Senate the day before. Gets ratified by the Senate and they send a SWAT team in. That was really something. I wonder if somebody didn't get killed on that deal.
Well, they did get one of them, didn't they?
Mhm. But they arrested Bundy finally, and they found him not guilty. Reprimanded the BLM for partially.
You know, that story should have told us everything, because it was a fiasco to begin with, but the major issue was, I think South Korea had wanted to build a plant or something in Las Vegas.
They wanted, it was a solar plant, it was a solar farm south of Las Vegas that, Institute of Biodiversity wanted the Bureau of Land Management to use the Golden Butte allotment grazing allotment as off-site mitigation for the desert tortoise.
There it is.
Yep.
So they didn't ever have tortoises there, but they moved that there. It was crazy. It was crazy from the get-go.
Yeah.
And so what makes you suspect is anything realistic.
And Bundy said he would pay the state the grazing fees and pass. He wanted to pay the state because he felt the state owned the property of the feds.
Yeah.
I got ahold of the president of the Nevada Association of Counties to talk cause I didn't know the Las Vegas commissioners. And asked if they would take and put it into their conservation district for cooperative range improvement share money with BLM. They turned it down and said, no way, we want that guy out of there. Cause they bought the rest of the allotments.
Yeah.
And it was for expansion of the strip and water rights.
He was a holdout, right?
He was a holdout. It's interesting. It's follow the money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you moving lots of cows or lots of hay?
Supposed to start on hay today, but that's not gonna happen. We're gonna wait till Monday. I got a phone call last night and Brian said, you better find something else to do. Brian Morris.
Did we get snow out there?
No, but I don't know about snow, but it sounded like you got quite a bit of rain. Right before you get to Ayers is there, I gotta go off the road and down in the creek and then back up and
It had just started sprinkling when I left yesterday at 1 o'clock.
yeah.
And I'd get my tail out of there or I wouldn't get out.
You got gravel on the county road.
The stretches in between the gravel are what concerns me. The washboards just throw you off in the ditch.
Yeah.
Now, when the grader goes by with his blade up, it makes you real happy.
I know the feeling.
Not that it does me any good.
How's the rest of the road? And then the pavement to Brian's.
Pavement to Bryan's is fair. There's a couple places that are missing gravel, but it's close enough you can get from one to the other.
So it's ready for about 60, 70 loads of hay to go across it.
Watch that Ulrich fill. There's some potholes forming again.
Yeah.
But they're on the north side of the travel route.
There'll probably be more by the time I get all of Brian's hay out there.
Where's it coming from?
Sure, Arlene's.
Taking the irrigated stuff out.
Yeah.
You got 60 or 70 loads? Wow.
Roughly. Well, probably not that much.
What do you get out of load?
Depends on the weather. If I pull my pup, it's 45.
Otherwise, it's about 30.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a boat anchor, so if there gets too much or mud, it gets unhooked for the winter.
Your
You're
pup?
better off
Yeah.
with no pup.
They're a pain. When you're traveling rough county roads, it's nice because you cut your trips in half.
Yeah, but they want to leave.
Well, no, they want to drag. You don't pull a pup, you drag it.
Tell him he has to park his hay up on top.
I was thinking about buying a pup, but don't buy a pup, huh?
Hey, I don't know. What kind of pup?
Great.
That would you would be all right. Hay is a parachute, so
Is it really,
yeah, they're just miserable. And then my
you're on a motorcycle and you pass hay,
yeah,
it shakes you pretty hard.
oh, I bet it does.
Wonder whether it's gonna jump and
No,
get you.
it shakes you pretty hard.
Yeah.
You pay attention.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
And the vortex, when you're passing, is pretty significant too.
it stuck you right in.
Just, and then you get past a certain point and then it gets going.
Uh,
But right on that corner. Well, the first time that happened to me, I was in Colorado on a 4-lane. Past the semi, and I'll tell you what, it spooked me.
Well, load of hay is 12 foot wide, 15 tall. That's a lot of wind movement. A lot of air disturbance.
Yeah.
I got the pot washed out and unhooked it for the winter. I don't need it till spring. It's winterized and it's gonna stay that way.
You're done, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Cow prices are good, calf prices are good.
futures fell out of bed 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
It always,
I think that open in the beef, Brazilian beef is hit it harder than anything.
just the talk of it.
Yeah,
2 days after we opened Brazilian beef, they lost one of their main packing plants, burned down.
I wonder.
They only have 3. They burnt one down.
Wonder about coincidences.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe it wasn't such a good idea to open the gate to Brazil.
Got over your illness?
Well, you think you are, but you still, this is the longest hanging on thing I've ever had in my life.
Upset stomach?
No, just sinuses plugged and sore throat.
Can't breathe and talk, huh?
Gee. Never seen anything like this. I come down with a commission meeting, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it just hangs on. And
Oh.
last week, it was just,
Well, you had cold like,
I'm still fighting it.
yeah. All I got's a runny nose.
My nose runs normally. On
I
a good
call
day, my nose runs.
that old people thing.
No, it's been that way all my life.
I'll tell you what's terrible is my wife's sick. And I am her caregiver. So can you imagine a tragedy greater than that?
That poor lady.
No, I just feel sorry for her. I suck at a lot of things and that's one of
Hey,
them.
John.
We had a bad bull this year. Tested good going in the season,
Oh geez.
but we had about 30 open cows, so
Uh-oh.
Joe went to town.
They go to town? Good price on them.
It's not a bad year to have dries.
Not a bad year to have a cow.
Exactly.
I'm
Either way, it's a good year.
upset because I don't have any.
Yeah, yeah.
What's hay going for now?
You know, I've heard anywhere from 140 to 185.
Hmm.
And
Is that delivered?
no. I can get
140 in the field.
yeah, I can get hay out of Sydney right now for 140.
Irrigated?
Yep. Alfalfa.
Second
Then
shot?
delivery on
First, second, or third.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. What's that?
Then delivery.
Yeah. To get it back to Terry, you're probably looking at $27 to $30 a ton.
What, does Owen talk to you?
No.
What do you figure, 2.5, 3?
He's shopping.
Is he? I might have some yet. I'm not sure I can make a call.
Okay. I'm not gonna get in the middle of it. I'm just telling you.
Okay. I'll visit with Owen.
What'd you do, palm off on the work on the kid?
Yes, I did.
It's about time.
His speed bill a little higher than mine was, so
They gotta learn.
I taught him the Parsons Square.
You get that down pretty good?
Well, you know, it's amazing, there's not very many people use it. It's so simple. You know it,
No,
Parsons Square. You take your feeds and you put them in and you can only do it with 2 ingredients, but you come across and subtract. And it tells you the parts to get a balanced ration.
So you work on
So-
TDN?
Well, if you wanna go TDN, you can go TDN. If you wanna go protein, you can go protein, whatever. But you have to select the ingredient you're targeting, like protein.
Jeff is wearing a fit on.
And let's say you put your target in the middle, and then you cross, and you subtract the big number from the little number, the little number from the big number, and it gives you parts. So, and then you calculate from your parts how much you need on a dry matter basis.
you know,
It's accurate.
I've got one a lot easier than that.
I
I have all my cows down below the fairgrounds, and I go down and I check them and watch out and lock my feed on. It works great. I don't have to start a tractor, I don't have to plug one in, I don't
Only
have to
thing
plow,
you have to do is write the check.
I don't have to plow snow, I don't have to buy hay, it's just great.
You let
kinda
them
sweet,
have all the
It works
headaches.
really good. We've been doing it all my life. When we lived out south, we trailed the cows town and leave until the 1st of March and trail them back home and it works dang good.
Yeah, I think Ellen has that down pat.
You know,
I watched her over the years.
it's cheaper to haul the cows to feed than to feed the cows.
Yeah, today's the 20.
Yeah,
Lots of times, yeah.
yeah.
Unless you have your own feed base.
That's what we always said about the Schwartz place.
Yeah.
You mean a feed base at the place?
Or like us with our irrigated place. I can put up enough of my own hay right now to feed my cows, but then I'd be driving out to Dad's every day to feed them.
They winter on the mountain.
No, they would have to if I fed, yes. But then I'd be driving up to Dad's every day. So it's just easier to bring them to town.
You got such good roads out that way too.
Yeah. That highway, just wonderful. Rode out there the other day with a friend and we were in his 1-ton dually and his wife was sitting in the back seat. And she goes, my God, I didn't realize this pickup is this rough. It's not, it's
It's
just the
not the
road.
pickup, it's the road, darling. You can get airborne. Which bridge are they talking about taking out in 5 years? The Cedar Creek one?
I'd be guessing it's the one at mile marker 22.
The one just before the big sheep.
Yeah,
The last one they killed a guy on.
which
Oh,
time?
your dad, that's the one your dad hit, didn't it?
Yeah,
Shot back coming the other way.
Is that just south of Homestead Reservoir Road?
no, it'd be right south of the XIT turnoff, Big Shoe Mountain XIT turnoff.
Yeah.
That turnoff's 23 and I think
Right
that
close to
bridge
where-
is 21 and a half.
Dan, or
It's the last
Maybe.
bridge going north.
Yep.
May Warner's place is right next.
Why are they taking that one out?
No,
In the last
Didn't feel like
7
it
years,
before.
no, the
I
last,
think it is,
The
bridge
There's been-
going north.
5 fatalities on it.
Almost to Big Sheep Mountain.
I thought it was that one on
Past
that.
it.
after the
It's not
cattle
that-
guard that
There's been,
separated Lawrence.
in the same time frame, there's probably been 2 on it.
Yes,
Yeah,
Then the one at mile marker 16, there's been 1 fatality on it. But that one at right before Sheep Mountain turnoff, that's the narrowest one on the highway.
Oh,
they're gonna put a box culvert in.
that'll
Yeah,
be,
that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, we got a notification of it.
It needs done, it's
I think it
all
was
those.
Facebook asking for comment too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's with the whole project.
Something like that.
I
they,
think they have to because it's an amendment to their plan.
it's.
We're gonna
next
try
on the
to
list,
accelerate it to get it in.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
It's scheduled for 5 years, but they'd like to get it done quicker than
We're
that.
all trained.
They've been doing a lot of surveying. Right there at those S curves. About 2 weeks, they were out there every day surveying.
Couldn't believe their numbers. They gotta do it again.
Boy, they're really gonna straighten that road out. They were out surveying right next to the, the reservoir right there. Hawkins Reservoir. Isn't that Hawkins? No. Homestead.
Homestead.
They were surveying right next to it.
Well, they're probably gonna take off from where that cattle guard used to be.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. They're gonna go from that curve straight towards the other bridge.
Yeah, I gotta grab you some cheese.
South,
Yeah, north.
okay,
If you're coming from the south and you're
yeah.
up north, you just go with that first.
They're gonna replace that narrow one first, but I bet they work on the Cedar Creek one too. Or Cherry, is that Cedar Creek or Cherry Creek?
It goes Cherry Creek, Bracket Creek. And then, no. Yeah, Cherry Creek, Bracket Creek, Cedar Creek.
Cedar Creek's the one that's been fixed already.
Alrighty.
Those three are all 24 foot.
This is the receipt.
Yeah.
What you wanna say?
The next
Taxes.
three are 21 foot.
Go to the vehicle hauling the trailer. Give you $4
danger.
back. Yeah, and then this goes somewhere on the back third of the trailer.
I think they're hopeful about money source coming
Get
quicker.
it, the lineup.
Why they're picking this thing up.
Yeah.
You got a bracket for it?
2 years ago, there was a school bus that tipped over
Yes.
the S curves.
Perfect.
Remember that?
Oh, that's right, yep.
All right.
Was it Wolf Point?
You have a
Or
great.
Poplar or something like that?
That curve on Kim's,
Yep. On the Terry side of the S curves. School bus tipped over. They come down across the bridge and up the hill and tipped right on their side.
Well, they were off the edge of the road, weren't they? On the shoulder? Yeah,
I think speed was involved.
those guys, some of those bus drivers get to clipping along pretty
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
yeah, the football team always wanted Randy Calfel to drive the bus.
You'd get there in a hurry.
You weren't like,
Randy drove,
If
Yeah.
Randy drove, yeah.
he flew.
Kimmett didn't drive slow.
Dale? I don't remember him driving.
Randy was out here in a place delivering gas one day or one night. It was dark when he left and Dad needed to ride town to get a pickup. So Dad and I jumped in with Randy. We had to go to Solly's on the way into town. We got right out of Solly's driveway back onto the county road and Randy goes, "Oh, there's 2 deer." And hit them both and just kept on going. Never slowed down. Didn't even let off the throttle.
Wow.
Eh, clear them out.
I heard on the news today that they're optimistic that inventory is gonna get increased. They're gonna start keeping heifers home for breeding here, but it's gonna take till next year or the year before they start doing that. So everybody's getting healthy and then they're gonna,
27 they anticipate, yeah.
so we're gonna have another couple, 2 or 3, at least 2 or 3 years.
2 years ago, Judy Singleton told me the last good year would be 26. So she might have hit it right on the head.
Pretty close.
Yep.
Then the bottom's gonna fall out of it. No more $5 cats.
I don't know.
Well, you know, those herds don't just build back that quick, and if you look over the last 30 years, the age of the farmer rancher. that
They're the
fella-
ones that need replaced.
That fella's getting older and older.
Take the
and-
replacement farm.
I see it too.
But-
Yeah, we need some replacement ranchers.
Boy, that's no kidding.
It's gonna take
And it
4 years
isn't
to
gonna,
get numbers back up.
it isn't gonna be overnight.
No.
Guys gotta get rid of the mow cows first.
I've got about 20 of them. I should have got rid of it this year, but man, they raise good calf every year, so we'll keep them one more year.
Those are the ones you gotta be careful of. They'll bite you in the butt.
Yeah.
That's part of the problem, keep that older cow, cause she keeps dropping a pretty good calf, and she's not a problem.
Yeah.
But the ones with the problem, they're a little younger and you're hauling those to town.
Yeah. That's the best part about this feed deal in town. Bring those old cows and get them in on silage. They winter a heck of a lot better.
They'll see green grass.
Yeah.
It's 9:30 now.
Okay. On to our next agenda item,
I think
is this the,
No, it's behind Aaron's head.
Oh,
What are
I thought you
these?
guys had a copy. Those are tomorrow.
Yeah. Would you mind? Thank you, Aaron.
thanks,
You
Sarah.
bet. I think there's enough there, isn't there?
Yeah. You need one?
No, I have one. I thought you guys had one, or I would have
Thank
printed
you.
one off for you.
Hi.
I got it online, thanks. I got my phone.
Thanks, so.
What color is that vehicle, Todd? I'm having trouble finding one that's up to you. There's one that was done in March.
Find out for you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, that's okay.
May I read the minutes?
Yeah, let's get minutes done.
Prairie County Board of Commissioners meeting November 19th, 2025. Prairie County Board of Commissioners Todd Devlin and Christine Keltner met in regular session, 9 a.m. Commissioner Teskey is out with a cold. In attendance, Administrative Assistant Harry McDonald. 9 a.m. Pledge of Allegiance and call to order. Public comment. David Caston commented on the Big Sheep Park zoning district. He doesn't support putting in wind turbines in the area. He supports and his business supports zoning. Norma Riley, she wants you to support the Big Sheep Park zoning district and wants it on the next agenda. Kathy Grist, put the Big Sheep Mountain zoning district on November 26th agenda. Doesn't want wind turbines. No need to delay the decision. Greg Berger, please put the Big Sheep Mountain zone on the November 26, 25 agenda. Donnie Keene, vote on VSMZ majority rule. Tom Engelbright, that should be an N, not a J.
Which one?
Top, EN,
Ian?
I think.
I was trying to read your handwriting. You put it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to spell it either, so I scribbled.
Gotcha.
Please vote for the district. Take lots of repairs and interferes with migration. Lana Tibbet, place the district on the agenda and vote it in. Joel Basta, put the district on the agenda and get it done. Dan Pike, I'm in favor of the district. What is the process in your mind over the district? Tim Eman spoke on the process of becoming a commissioner. The majority in that district and county commissioners have a responsibility to support them. Pat Hawkins, Haughhain,
Say it again, a little, if I wasn't ready.
Haughhain.
Thank you.
agrees with Tim Eamon. Glenda Uland, Ueland. Lives off the front of Sheep Mountain and wants the district. Susan Elkhart, recommend that you approve it as written so it doesn't happen as it has in Dawson County. Renee Pertz, encourage you to vote. It's gone on too long. Explained her position and what a conservative view would be when dealing with the subject of zoning. The people have spoken on the district. There's no need for a commission. Shane Eaton urged the commission to put the zone on the agenda November 26th. Do the right thing. Bill Edwards in Dawson County and borders Prairie County. Please put it on the agenda and vote on it. Pat Hawkins. There's another spell.
Is that the one, same as the one before?
Yep.
Okay.
Ask that you put in some additional planks on the Milwaukee Bridge to make it safer. Jerry Schillinger from Circle, please put on the agenda the district to vote in, and it needs to be done in Prairie County.
Oh,
Bob Phelan is also in favor of the district. Aaron Martinson, during the public hearing, we heard many proponents of the county and wanted on the November 26th agenda. We're all business owners. Emily Eaton, encourage you to put it on the agenda and move forward with the zoning district. Health and welfare is a concern. Please put it on the agenda and zoning district. Jim Morris, Morast,
Okay.
phone message, pass the district, please listen to the people. 9:38 a.m. Les Thomason spoke with the commissioners about a cattle guard on the Pump House County Road. Does the county have an easement on that road? The cattle guard is fine for now. 10 a.m. County Attorney Dan Rice gave an update on the Browning case. It has been moved till May 26th. Clerk and Recorder Sherry Robertson provided an update on the effects of the trial on her office. A discussion on the process for the Big Sheep Mountain District. The commissioners need to have findings, comments, etc. for the upcoming commissioners
well,
meeting.
I was thinking,
10:37, Commissioner Keltner read minutes from the November 12th, 25 commissioners meeting.
yeah.
10:50, Keltner made a motion to accept the minutes from November 12th. As corrected, all in favor, motion passed. 10:51, Commissioners signed letters for applicants for the caretaker position at the cemetery.
Also those.
10:52, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to wait on the junk vehicle invoice grant application. Have it on December 17th, Commissioner meeting, seconded by Commissioner Devlin, all in favor, motion passed. 11:1, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to sign the fiscal year 2026 county motor vehicle graveyard grant for Prairie County. JB Graveyard Terry. Instead of waiting till December 17th, seconded by Commissioner Devlin, all in favor, motion passed. 11:3, County Treasurer Garrett Lapp provided the commissioners with the investment report for the commissioners to review and sign. 11:10, commissioners received a signed revocable license for bridge maintenance access extension from Badlands County Company. Put a date of December 31st, 2026.
Yep.
1 p.m. Deputy Clerk and Recorder Araya Walters provided claims for the commissioners to review and sign. Voucher 1057 and 1058. Commissioner Keltner made a motion to accept the RM 88 for records that have met their retention dates according to Montana Code 752132 in human resources, elections, and clerk and recorder offices. Seconded by Commissioner Devlin. All in favor, motion passed. Journal adjustment 133. 2 p.m. Tylee meeting with Public Health to go over the maternal child health block grant fiscal year 26 contract. Commissioner Keltner made a motion to accept the tax order HHS ECFS 742 to the master contract effective July 1, 2019 to June 30, 2026 between the state of Montana, Department of Public Health and Human Services in Prairie County to have chair signed via e-sign when the document arrives. Seconded by Commissioner Devlin. All in favor, motion passes. I'm a humbug.
Yeah.
3 p.m.
My fingers type what they want to type sometimes.
Jenna Masters, vote in the district for the zone. People have spoken to install the district. Megan Kurtz provided some comments on behalf of others, and she'd like the commissioners to pass the zoning district. Jesse Smallest put the zone on district on the 26th agenda and vote on it. Logan Ayers in support of the zone as it was originally written. Kate Joyce, please adopt the district as written. They enjoy hunting out there. She had comments about animal health and other hazards from wind turbines. Scott Eaton wants the district on the agenda to protect health and safety, wants to give his continued support. Dan Fulford, thanks for what you do for the committee and ask that you approve the district. We don't need a zoning commission. Bonnie Eaton put the district on the agenda and approve it. Tylene Eaton read a letter to the commissioners showing she is in favor of the district with no changes. Norma Peabody, on behalf of our family, are asking you to approve the district. Lee Eaton, follow the wishes of the county, get the district on the agenda and get it voted in. Arnie Strickland urged the commissioners to vote for the district. We're in support of the district.
Is that right, Strickland?
I think so. Anna Peabody Walker, make the right decision and get the district voted in. Vote yes. Chris Copenhaver, favor of the proposed zoning up north.
Copenhaver's
Pretty sure I spelled it wrong.
Okay.
How do you spell?
KOP, isn't it?
KOP.
KOP.
KOPP, isn't it? Looks longer than,
Well, can you spell it all the way out? Because obviously I don't know how to spell it right. I spelled the wrong one. Come on, Lisa. You know how to spell
I think it's,
everyone's
yeah,
name.
KOPPENHAVER.
Okay, we'll go with that.
That is what it is.
Randy Houston, district, bring it up on the 26th and vote on it.
Thank you.
3:30, clerk and recorder Sherry Robertson provided the commissioners with resolutions to review and approve. 3:31, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to accept resolution 2612, setting holidays, office hours, payroll dates, and timesheet deadlines for calendar year 2026. Seconded by Commissioner Devlin. All in favor, motion passed. 3:33, Commissioner Devlin made a motion to accept resolution 2613, commissioner meeting dates set for calendar year 2026. Seconded by Commissioner Keltner. All in favor, motion passed. 3:35, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to accept resolution 2614, setting claim due dates for calendar year 2026. Seconded by Commissioner Devlin. All in favor, motion passed. 3:37, Commissioner Keltner made a motion to accept resolution 2615, a resolution of the Prairie County Board of County Commissioners establishing the locations for posting public notice. Seconded by Commissioner Devlin. All in favor, motion passed. 4:00, Commissioner Devlin made a motion to adjourn the meeting, seconded by Commissioner Keltner. All in favor, motion passed.
I went back to the very first time that we mentioned, the Big Sheep zoning district and put in brackets the abbreviation that I used the rest of the way through there.
That'll work.
It's Arnie Sutton, isn't it? Arnie Sutton.
Okay.
Yeah, Sutton.
Yeah, you're right, Todd.
That actually is what I had in there, but you saw her notes and thought maybe I heard it wrong, so I changed it over to the other one.
There was a Strickland, but I don't think it was Harner.
Oh. Okay, here we go. I updated. Anything else? You guys make a motion already?
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes of the 19th as corrected.
I'll second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
You got Copenhagen right?
I had my spell check it for me.
No, how do you spell check that?
She's sitting right over there in the corner.
Oh, that's spell check.
Yes, that one. It's much more reliable than mine. Yeah, I'll print this off and you can. Okay, wrong one. Uh-oh, but
Got findings?
I do, I don't know whether.
Okay,
anybody
the
can see
directions
them.
I got is whether you agree or disagree, it's things that we have addressed as finding. In other words, if, night skies, like if, whether you agree or disagree, that was addressed. It's something that we consider. Flicker is another issue that we consider. Noise, view shed, setbacks, non-conforming uses, pre-existing uses, participating landowners that did not sign petition. Anything and everything you can think of, we're supposed to try to put it in plain language to put it on the books that we did address this. This is what we made our decision on. You don't have to take a side. You don't have to agree with it or disagree. You just have to, these are things that we found were findings. And you're supposed to put it in a simple English format, which ought to take us some time. Wants to start.
Well, do you wanna go over each letter individually? And I took notes. I think that's what we're supposed to do with it. And I think.
Well, I just went home and
Okay,
Well, what I did was I went through the list of letters that were for the zoning district and listed reasons why: sound, fire, fiberglass shedding, red blinking lights, electricity leaves the state, heavy truck traffic, the view shed, tearing up of the roads, kills birds and bats, landowners sign too many things away, environmental impact of cement foundations.
so it looks like we're gonna have a lot of findings.
Got a lot of findings. That's the for the district. Oppose the district, bunch of letters. Inflex to the tax base. Zoning adversely affects private property rights and values. Right of decision on personal property. The what ifs are all around: too tall, too loud, too ugly. Uphold landowner rights. They provide shade for animals, maintain infrastructure, possible jobs and hopefully revenue. No to zoning, period. Decommissioning bond upfront and reviewed every 5 years. Impact fees would limit cell towers for the public safety calls and airports. And gerrymandering the borders of the district. And our petition itself, where does the county planner salary come from? Where's the office space and supplies? And will there be an assistant? The land use board, should they issue permits? It's gonna add more work to the county clerk and recorder, creates a new board. Will I hire a secretary? And there was setbacks to at least 1,000 feet and height at 199 foot. Page 6.2, require new holder to apply for their own CUP at when project would change hands. Road must be able to withstand, may need added buildup. Timelines too short and public hearings needed. And who is holding the hearing? The land board or the commissioners?
Dennis, you got some stuff on there that you want to address now?
Well, it similar to what Christine has said. Are we gonna go over each one and detail it, or what are we gonna do on this?
Yeah. Well, I looked into tax base increase, proposed project, and increase the taxable value for 1 mil from $5,100 to $1,400, $14,000 approximately. That's without abatement. Noise, shadow flicker, lights, view shed, setbacks, non-conforming uses, pre-existing uses, participating landowners, denied sign petition. Wind rights of non-participating landowners that are adjacent to participating landowners. Coordination with growth policy of the county. Prairie County's growth policy says the protection of private property rights should be a paramount when decisions are made with regards to land use. Setback distance from occupied residents that are non-participating, height restrictions, gerrymandering borders, decommissioning and cost of decommissioning, DEQ. Supporters of the zoning district repeatedly have said that they are not trying to stop wind farms, but most testimony in favor of zoning continually talks about stopping wind farms and is recorded as part of the public record. Public participation of all property owners within the zone was not done. Evidence shows signatures gathered for the existing petition was selectively done. Prairie County's liability is a major concern if the county decides to accept the zoning regulations as written. Is the zoning proposal targeting one industry? If the zoning proposal is put into as is, would the proposed wind farm still be able to be built? Attaching private property by avenue of federal land, checkerboard ownership of federal and private land, federal lands not having to comply with zoning regulations, school trust lands requirement to bring in maximum revenue for the schools, the county's inability to reduce taxes still provide services in the future without increased tax base, Prairie County's inability to hire because of low compensation, because of small tax base, administrative costs for zoning, leasing of zoning, tax abatement versus no tax abatement, upfront impact fees of over $50 million for 3 years if constructed. And there's more, I'm sure.
Well, I'll just read my list too, then. I'm just going by the packet that was put together last.
That's what I went through.
I swung by and picked it up and I went through it and labeled it. The comments that I drew, least wasn't clear about the wind project, size of placements, bits and pieces came in, blinking lights, flicker, shadows, urban noise, transmission lines. Felt like a rosy picture was painted. One said that there's a direct relationship between turbine heights and property value impact. Visual dominance extends for miles. Buyers immediately discount properties that are close to wind farms. West path zoning reaches further than 650 feet. The turbines, shadow, flicker, noise, and visual. Intrusion can affect properties miles away, but there's no compensation.
Okay.
Marketable sharp declines with turbines in the area. Light pollution, a warning light. Regulations protect private property rights. Big Sheep Mountain Park regulations, 199 foot setback. This also represents the will of people. Montana Code mandates Part 2, Section 3 guarantees citizens the right to a clean and healthy environment and the rights to enjoy their private lives, their liberties, and their private property. And seeking safety, health, and happiness, non-participating landowners deserve these protections. Montana Code annotated 76-2-202 grants legal authority to regulate any erect construction, reconstruction, alteration, repair, location of use of buildings and or structures. There's fifth generation ranchers very concerned about the hazards to the lands, the wells, the springs, wildlife, people's health. Good neighbor agreement spelled out in the leaf is an easement for sound, visual, light, flicker, shadow, vibrations, wake, electromagnetic, electric and radio frequencies, interferences with any effect collectively and or on the property caused or alleged caused by the project. There's attachments about easements on the participating. We're concerned about the non-participating. The year term 40 to 57 year lease. This person spelled out that there's a question of title holders because part of this is assigned to the developer and they do hold title. Please be careful. Governing laws, and that's up to the commissioners. There's concerns about blades and blade damage. A lot of people spoke about honoring who we represent, protecting the health, safety, welfare, and property rights. Some people want it on the ballot. People from out of the area concerned about vibrations and animals migrating away from the area. People have been here for 100 years, worried about what it's going to do as they continue to live here. I think we were presented material at a health board meeting about information that both protect health, safety, and welfare of our citizens, and this is questionable. Environmental concerns, these gave, best interest of the general public, best interest of county residents, multi-generations, stewardship of the land, primary concern, and conservation and preservation of the resources we do have. Hunting is important. They voted it, or they stated that you can vote for zoning for chickens, but why can't you vote for zoning on wind towers? The nuisance of lights, towers close to property lines. People are afraid there's been a financial carrot put out there, but it's gonna end up changing our county forever. Most everybody's worried about what this will do long term to our county. They've been here for generations, and
So basically, we got a whole bunch.
we got, that was just this part, but then we have another part this morning, so I don't know what all this is.
Same stuff.
So it's the same,
All right. What tickles you guys fancy? We gotta put this in simple English. And we're gonna have some duplicate stuff, so we can do the duplicates here, where you have it, and I have it, or 2 out of 3 have it. What's your pleasure? 2 out of 3 have it on their list. We'll work with these today, the ones that are not. But they were still addressed. Everybody that, all your statements, those concerns were addressed.
We listened
And
to
it doesn't, whether you agree or disagree with the issue, doesn't make any difference.
yeah, just
It's,
finding.
it went into your brain and you made a decision based on all that information. So,
Your findings have to be turned over to Dan, right? So that he can put.
findings on, okay, this is what, Dan gave me some examples. See if I can find it.
I gotta go check on dinner. I'll be right back.
Gotta have her priorities straight here. More important stuff to do.
My priority.
My stomach agrees, this is a priority.
He gave me this example. Petitioners have represented that the proposed regulations are not intended to target any one industry. However, public comment from the proponents for the district have raised concerns regarding light, flicker, noise, etc., including all relevant pertaining to the Glendive Wind Project being developed, and are requesting regulations be put in place to prevent the project from going forward. That's pretty long-winded. If you have to do that with every finding, it's gonna.
Muscle memory, huh? Going over there on that side going, oh, man.
Well, if you look at the resolution that Dan, put together,
He's got some, most of his is safety and welfare.
and all of his are bullet points. They're not as detailed as what you just read.
Okay.
So do you guys have a copy of that resolution? That you can look at so you can help draft your findings to go into the resolution? Or do you want me to print one off?
Print one.
Print them off.
Cause that'll give you a good.
Because he's already got some on there that he said
Yep.
were no brainers.
That you guys had already looked at.
Yeah.
So. And then you can draft additional ones to go on there, worded the same, kind of the same way
Thanks.
he did his stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to keep the voice of look at. All right. Okay, hi, Karen. You never know.
Search of things.
Kind of funny to wake up and know.
And can we combine some of these in our statements? I mean,
Yeah,
combined, like, if it's,
Well, before the zoning or for the district, not for zoning. I don't see why we can't put them all together. We've all got similar comments on it.
yeah.
May I see what Dan?
I talked to Bob Lee and I talked to Jason Strofe. In order to get taxable value is just a nightmare, but the taxable value according to just the wind towers, there's 125 wind towers in Rosebud County, according to Bob Lee, and he split it all out with transmission lines. He took that out. So that it's strictly the towers, and he says it's $7,805, $7,805.
Per
So-
tower or singular? For the booth.
If you look on page 2, that's where he starts his,
Oh,
and left plenty of room for you guys to be able to add more too, so.
okay.
But
Thank
you can at
you.
least see what he's got and see how it fits into what you just talked about.
Is this what Dan?
Yeah, this is Dan's draft, and you guys are allowed to add.
Let's read Dan's draft. Creating the district will protect the public health and safety and general welfare of the people who reside within the district.
Where are you?
He's on the second page, in the back of the first page.
Hmm.
At the top of the back of the first page.
Creating the district will protect the property values of surrounding landowners of the district. Creating the district will allow the protection of large agricultural producers within the district who grow crops and raise livestock for human consumption. Creating the district will preserve and maintain the character of the area and promote growth commensurate with the character of the property and uses existing within the district. Creating the district will promote development which is compatible with the present character of the area within the district. The county commissioners considered the public comments made both in support and opposition of creation of the district with discussion on both sides generally revolving around the protection of private property rights, with opponents focusing on impact that development on adjacent property would impact the free use and enjoyment of their own property. And the county commissioners do find that creating the district will allow for reasonable and lawful regulation of adjacent land uses so as to protect adjoining landowners. The state of Montana has enacted wind turbine regulations and statute establishing minimum standards for setbacks and de-icing as set forth in House Bill 939, 2025, although enforcement provisions appear to be lacking. Prairie County is a member of the Eastern Plains Economic Development Corp., which has a stated goal to advocate and assist in the evaluation, creation, and implementation of responsible natural resource development with regard to agriculture, oil and gas exploration, energy, coal, wind, ethanol, and geothermal development and power generation. The Natural Resources Conservation Service has adopted a long-range strategic plan for Prairie County, which includes general plans for the decommissioning and removal of windmills used for the pumping of water for agricultural and domestic uses and replacement of the same with solar pumping units.
The lines are for us to add what we
Well,
feel.
he's just showing that he left space, so yeah, you need to come up with stuff.
He's just telling us it's gonna take a lot more than what you got there.
His was very general and he encouraged you guys to come up with your own to add in there or remove what he put in there if you don't like what he put in there. This is just a start. That's all he wanted to make clear. But once you guys come up with some stuff, I can type an email to Dan so we can put them in. I don't think he's gonna be here today, is he?
He said we could call him. He sent me a
He's on the
text.
phone today. He'll be in
He's
tomorrow
got
morning.
meetings all day.
Yeah, he'll be in tomorrow morning.
So everybody has concerns about noise, shadow flicker, lights, view shed, setbacks.
Right.
So setbacks would not go in there. That'd be a different category, but view shed, lights, shadow flicker, you agree that we could make a statement with those three in there,
I would, yes.
Dennis? Or should we separate them out?
No, we can put them all in under one, but we'd have to make an attachment to all of them, the sound, the visual, the lights, the flicker, shadow, vibration, wake, electromagnetic. These are, it's my recollection, I've read through that lease, all those things are listed.
They are not listed in the lease. They are not listed in the lease, my lease. I have a signed lease. They are not listed in the lease.
I have a signed lease.
You have a copy of the good neighbor agreement.
I have a signed lease by a entity up
Can
there.
you show me where it is in the lease, please?
You'll have to drive out to my house because I didn't bring it. I've been bringing bags and bags of stuff. Today I didn't.
It's not in the actual lease. I will absolutely disagree.
I would like to see it. State. In their good neighbor agreement. NextEra is recognizing. They're asking for an easement. And participating and non-participating because of inaction of sound, visual, light, flicker, shadow, vibration, wake, electric, magnetic, radio frequency, and any other effects collectively on the property caused by or alleged caused by. So there's a mission of guilt, the way I look at it, in these things that are spelled out, and it's spelled out by two different people in their letters. So I think if you're gonna list one, you should list them all. If you're gonna make one statement.
So there was concerns from public comment
Yeah,
of those issues.
of those issues.
Okay, are you gonna be able to try to type these up?
Not while you're saying them. I don't think, because you're probably gonna be. You guys have stuff written out, right? Already,
You've got
Well, we
our
can go
notes.
slow, we got time.
you can try it. Let me
Well,
pull
we
up a
could, why don't we
different-
try it?
Okay, there's
Just a minute. Let me pull out something different here. Okay. Do you want to
Okay,
start?
here's
public
the
comment.
good neighbor agreement. There's a copy of it.
Well, I got names on there, so good neighbor agreement on effective dates. You wanna put that in?
I would, can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
That any comment or finding that you put within this should not have Nextera or wind companies associated with it. Because this district is not to stop wind development as you stated. So your findings shouldn't include specific industries as far as naming.
But that was a
that
comment.
industry.
Those are comments.
Those are
Alright.
comments.
I'm just saying,
All I'm saying is it was commented by more than a couple people. The concerns are in this regulation or this zoning to address sounds, visual, light, flicker, shadow.
okay, so how do you guys want it written on there?
Public comment wanted us to address. Letting us know.
You ready?
Yep.
Sounds. Visual. Light. Flicker. Shadow. Vibration. Wake. Electromagnetic. Electrical and radio frequency interference.
Okay.
Okay, those are concerns on that.
How about, noise? Can we add that in?
Yeah,
Noise,
Lights,
lights are in there.
okay.
Oh, where's my paper?
You already got flicker, right?
yeah.
Lights,
Sound, fire, fiberglass shedding.
well. Let's split that out and start a new one.
Okay,
So you want to end at noise? Or do you have any more?
Yeah.
Let's
Look
on
at-
there.
Ended in the wind. That police, or is that the good neighbor policy that they talk about? Too many papers.
This might be a portion. I don't know what Wild Plains Wind is. I don't know where this comes from.
This is papers that Shane was. I wasn't sure whether it was a total.
It's not a total lease. It doesn't look like,
Well, I envision a lease being,
right, it's about 30 pages. Yeah, Wild Plains Wind Project. I mean, it might be something from next era, but it's not our lease.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Found 3 years that you need to review. I haven't found anything, but found one. It's a 22.
No, it's brand new pickup.
Oh, it's one I have in my drawer that I need to do for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll look at that. Do you want me to run yours? Or you-
I don't have a
Later.
checkbook.
Okay. Gotta go sell it.
Trust him. Trust him.
I do trust him, but my drawer has to balance, my friend. Okay.
I'm not gonna pay the credit card charge.
Yeah, no. No.
Cheryl,
Yeah.
keep him here for collateral.
Yeah.
He can bring his checkbook tomorrow.
Oh, Kenny, not today.
Was that all the concerns on that list that you want? You wanna start another?
Anybody got anything they think that fits in there?
Are we done with that one?
I can't see anything that fits the category.
Well, you can always add
On my
to it
list.
too.
I have one about, the height, 650 foot, fire suppression and hazardous material on turbines. I don't know if that's an issue or not.
No, it's.
Well, it's a comment.
It's
a comment.
It's a comment. It's something that we address.
Yeah.
So fire,
Do you want me to put public comments
Well,
the same
what
thing?
it would be because of the 650-foot height, it would be difficult to put out a fire on the tower. Right? Is that what it's saying?
Right, that's what they said. It's the concern is 650 foot height. What would your volunteer fire department, what kind of hazards are there that they would deal with, and how do they find a fire 650 foot high?
Well,
They
you guys
don't.
tell me how to write
Down
it.
to the ground.
Well,
They
if
don't.
Then the towers aren't that high for this project. They are tall, but they're not 650 feet.
Do they say what they're gonna be?
575 would be the max, which is still
Fairly,
tall.
fairly
but
tall.
yes.
Yeah.
And they do training with all the fire departments as to how they can approach accidents, yes.
I would say because of the height,
how about just this? Concerns have been stated on
concerns have been,
Turbine heights,
turbine
And
height
fire
and fire,
suppression.
fire suppression.
yeah. We can always clean it up later, after we see it written. Things always change. You see it in the written way. Concern stating on the red blinking lights.
We already did the light.
Yeah, light and
But-
flicker,
flicker.
shadow vibration.
Alrighty. And what I've found out investigating what I did on the FAA, chapter 13. They are mandatory at that height,
For the state too.
yeah.
What's that?
Those
So-
blinking lights like they have at Clearwater are mandatory for the state of Montana.
Yeah.
They do have the other option, FAA does, but that's what they require in Montana.
In Montana states that, I don't know why I didn't figure out what the cutoff height was, so
Yeah, I don't.
I wonder if it isn't the 199 or 200 they've got in their district plan.
Was it anything,
I think
we learned that one
yeah, I
time,
think
it was
it's 200.
199 feet.
190,
Anything over 199 needs flashing light.
yeah,
We addressed that.
And then
because-
there's, sorry, Dennis.
Go ahead.
And then there's the cutoff point. And that's kind of vague, but to a certain height, anything over a certain height, you cannot install ADLS. For FAA.
We addressed this a couple of years ago because a plane crashed into one of those towers north of Village, remember that? And we addressed, was it 2 towers up on Sheep Mountain that we did put lights on them, although they weren't required? I thought we did that.
Too.
The
Did we?
911 towers,
we put a light on at least one.
Is what, yeah.
Yeah, the state of Montana tried to pass a law during the last session, but it died in committee to have the ones that only come on when there's an aircraft.
ADLS,
Yes, yes. Senate Bill 283, but it died in committee, it didn't go any further, so it's still Montana law to have those blinking lights.
So you can't have the ADLS in Montana.
Well, it's not Montana law, I guess, unless they would get some kind of exclusion
Yeah.
or, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
wonder why they would kill that. in
Right.
committee. That only makes sense to me.
His name's Zolenkoff. Oh,
Tends to be kind of a
You mentioned his
pain.
name quite a bit. You guys must be pretty good friends.
he hasn't invited me to Thanksgiving dinner.
That's why he's going to West Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going to West Virginia.
You are?
Yeah, I fly to West Virginia on Thanksgiving Day.
They shut northwest corner of North Dakota down last night.
Northwest
Yeah,
or northeast?
northwest. They shut they turned him around. He couldn't go to Scobie where 6 inches of rather nasty, icy roads.
I heard that North Dakota, some of the northern part of North Dakota got hit pretty hard.
There's wrecks all over Williston right now.
They've got 6 inches of snow in Fairview this morning.
Fairview.
Okay, so back to the topic. You guys wanna put on?
Easily we get distracted.
They don't need your help to get distracted.
If you like the song says, Todd, about Thanksgiving, going through the airport and going home to Tennessee for pumpkin pie, something like that, it's a good song.
We've done sound,
Concerns about view shed. Repeated concerns about view shed.
yeah.
That's a.
Yes, I have.
I-
that all the time, so.
and Can we put setbacks in there too, or should that be separate?
I think view shed is a separate item, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, comments placed a high priority to have the view shed available that we've got now.
To preserve it.
Yeah, that too.
Preserve it
Pre-
and,
Preserve view shed.
yeah, preserve view shed and the value of it. There's a value added to that view shed.
So there have been repeated concerns about view shed to preserve the view shed and its value. Is that how you'd like it to?
Begin with, that
Okay.
sounds like. One that I found commented on regularly is the environmental impact of the cement foundation. And how that's gonna be taken care of on decommissioning.
What are we about decommissioning is all DEQ.
It's what?
Decommissioning is all DEQ. I think that
Yeah, but it was a public comment or cause I saw it a couple times in there, the concern about,
there's concern about it.
but I think it's more than that. It wasn't just the rebar and the concrete. It was
The whole process.
after that comes out, then the reclamation and what does that do to a semi-arid country that gets little rain and those things and what grows? That was a concern. It was a whole thought, I thought. I know DEQ is supposed to come in and decommission.
Yeah, but
But
they'll
it-
only take it down 4 or 5 feet or 3 feet at the most. Most all comments want it gone.
Yeah, they do want it gone, the total, but I think it was a reclamation afterwards. Of course, DEQ, the theme and gravel pits and what is that gonna look like? There was a little bit more in that concern. But it's whatever you think.
Seems like the overall concern was decommissioning, the entire process of decommissioning was a concern, not just concrete, but the entire process. And who would be responsible for it at the end of it.
There was concerns about the cost of decommissioning to the county.
And
Right.
who was responsible for it?
Oh, yeah,
That is. Yeah, that got some.
Impact and cost, because it is the impact to the county that people are concerned about.
right. Monetary cost. There was concerns about the cost of decommissioning that would be the responsibility of the county.
Yep.
A quick question that is not part of business, if you don't mind. So he got a bid for a well for the museum over there.
Oh.
Conversation months
You guys had it ages and ages ago. Do you want him on the agenda or just the bid on the agenda?
Yeah,
in the bid.
Okay. So he'll come in and you guys will talk about it? Okay, I'll get him on the agenda.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thanks,
thank
guys.
you.
Sorry for the interruption.
Read that back.
Concerns about the cost of decommissioning, that would be the responsibility of the county.
That would be.
Mhm.
Okay.
One of the other things was mentioned several times was the heavy truck traffic and tearing up of the roads. Because of the heavy truck traffic, the roads would get tore up and who would be responsible for the maintenance on them?
And after construction, the continuance of heavy traffic, because there would be heavy traffic. More than we see today.
Yeah,
Yeah, right now, you're lucky if you see 5 vehicles going down the road. Except for 253.
Well, they're heavy traffic, because I've heard you talk about, you're right. So they are heavily trafficked, but I think what
Rural
we're seeing
heavy
is a
traffic.
minimum compared to the possibilities of seeing
Yeah.
in that area.
I'm on a cut across road, so there is heavy traffic.
Yeah.
Heavier traffic,
Yeah.
whereas you guys might not get quite that many off of the 253.
Depends on the season. Right now, it's nuts.
I think they told us one time how many vehicles are going up into Clear Creek. You remember that number, anybody?
We've got a diagram that shows how many.
Clearwater. They give us a traffic count about what's after the construction. And I
don't remember what it was. There was
But it was
considerable.
significant after what's there already compared to what it will be. And we're already complaining about roads, so that is a legitimate deal that on our, to look at is concerns of roads.
Well, tell me what you want me to write.
Because of the heavy truck traffic, they're gonna be tearing up the roads.
because of
Construction,
tremendous increase in traffic during construction. Prairie County citizens are concerned about the road infrastructure
sounds
and
much
who's
better.
going to be responsible for that cost and upkeep.
So tremendous truck
Kind of just
traffic.
float off. You know?
So, tremendous truck traffic during construction. So, it's a little too quick for me when you go together
And
start
who,
talking.
and who would be responsible for the maintenance and upkeep?
So tremendous truck traffic during construction on our roads, who would be responsible for maintenance and upkeep?
Beginning,
What?
that's a good beginning.
They're both in there and I wrote the check out and then I sent him a copy and the receipts in there.
Okay, thank you.
You betcha.
Put it under your hat.
Check out that line to it too.
Yeah, you know, there's a Cheryl tax involved.
I can't afford that. Oh, shoot.
She ain't easy either.
Be careful, Mom.
She's the only one who could meet.
Does that cover all the for the district comments?
No,
You think there's more in that?
oh yeah, setbacks. concerns about having sufficient distance on setbacks from residential and
Non-participating.
non-participating landowners.
Was there any in there on Wells and Springs?
What?
Wells and Springs also.
We have
There's a couple.
Wells and Springs, had one study that we can find in Europe. And shallow wells is addressed in Springs, but shallow wells, what's a shallow well? I can't find anything. Well, what the definition of a shallow well is it 100 feet or is it 20 feet?
Standpoint ability or well drilling? How far can you pound a sand point in?
But it was a concern that was brought to our attention.
Yeah, there's concern about,
Concerns about the effects on shallow wells due to vibration.
So were these brought during the public comment period for this petition?
Couple of the written comments.
yes, it's in the written comment.
Well, I don't think it has to be anything that we commented on the street and we bring it back to the commission that this is a concern. That's just as much.
You know,
Skip mentioned it in the Board of Health meeting.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
concerns
Chip,
about,
Chip did, you're saying.
how do you guys want
Yeah.
that written for the wells and setback, or the wells? Shallow wells, how do you want it written?
Step back on,
I got the setback part, concerns about having sufficient
Okay,
setback from
the
residential. and
Skip
non-participating
recommended
landowners.
half a mile setback on wells. Am I right?
that's his recommendation, but there's concerns about,
For residential and non-participating landowners as well as wells and
Livestock wells, agricultural wells.
just water wells. Shallow water wells.
Yeah.
What's it say now?
concerns about having sufficient setbacks from residential and non-participating landowners as well as shallow water wells.
And county roads.
And county roads. Okay,
On the property line,
Adjacent. Oh,
Well, Shane
That's
had
what you
here,
already had in there with property.
okay,
Shane had brought those maps in about, we had the
the
overlap.
he called it something else, I don't remember what he
You remember
called
what
it,
it was
but
called? I don't remember.
those posters you guys held up.
trespass.
It's this.
Trespass zoning, that's right, on how close they are to property lines and so that would be an issue. Because it was brought up. Setbacks from turbines to non-participating landowners' property lines.
Isn't that what you just started with?
Didn't put turbines in there, just put setbacks.
Right.
You wanna put turbines?
Well, that's what it's referring to, yeah. Probably better put it in the sentence,
Well,
don't
it's hard to
assume,
be benign on that because that was. what the
yeah.
Discussion was that day. That was a concern.
So what I put is concerns about having sufficient setbacks from turbines for residential and non-participating landowners as well as shallow water wells and county roads.
That covers it.
You guys address that up top?
Okay,
No, you didn't, I lied. Maybe didn't.
Please.
Nope. That was something else. So no, you don't have heights in there.
did we include that with the lights?
No. You can if you guys want it put
Would
up there
that
with
be
that.
something we could include with the lights? discussion? The
What's
height,
that?
the height.
Well, that'd be. I think it's a different issue. It is a different issue, because you got lights for concern, and then you got a height you're concerned.
We have everything taken care of on view shed.
Yeah, what you have is there have been repeated concerns about view shed to preserve the view shed and its value.
Okay. Setbacks is addressed.
Yeah,
Yep.
Pre-existing non-conforming uses.
what exactly does that non-conforming uses that mean?
Means that it's not going to, it does not follow the zoning regulations presented.
Oh. Okay,
Doesn't conform to the uses. And statute's very clear.
well, where we have no
on
zoning,
Existing uses that are non-conforming.
we have no zoning, so we don't have anything to put sideboards on it. So anything that's used that isn't natural would be non-conforming, right?
Once or twice in these papers that we've received, they quoted Montana Code Annotated 76-2-202, and that's grants legal authority to regulate erection, construction, reconstruction, alteration, repair, location, use of building and structures. Is that what we're looking
No, we're looking for Hertz's bill. Thank you.
for? Is that for all of it?
I have
Just, that's.
Who
I'm not
knows?
half his truck right here.
concerns. About pre-existing non-conforming uses. And would the proposed wind farm proposed zoning, they have to abide by the zoning as written.
I'm not sure they're really,
Give me
Yeah,
an
worded better.
example.
yeah. 'Cause right now you've got concerns about pre-existing non-conforming uses. Would the proposed zoning what?
Read
The
that
propo-
again.
With the proposed zoning? Right now you just have concerns about pre-existing non-conforming uses with the proposed zoning. That's what I've got.
The proposed zoning regulations, would they have to comply?
Would who have to apply?
Glendive Wind,
The fa-
Pre-existing projects have to,
Would the project have to comply?
would the proposed zoning regulations, would the project have to comply? Would pre-existing projects have to apply? Is that? How do you
That's stated in the pre-existing non-conforming uses, isn't that the first one?
read it again.
Concerns about pre-existing conforming uses with the proposed zoning regulations, would the project have to comply?
That's confusing.
But again, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Let's start over.
So
You took out would comply, could you put compliance? That help it at all?
So concerns about pre-existing non-conforming uses, would current projects within the district have to comply?
I don't think that's how that, was that how that was presented though, in the question?
Pre-existing non-conforming uses, period.
Okay,
There you go.
sometimes less detail.
Give me an example.
Well, he just citing what people.
No, I wanna know what,
When does a pre-existing use start? Question mark. When does a pre-existing use start? Question mark. That's the question. Does it start when the dirt's moved, or does it start when the contract's signed?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or when you flip the switch and they move the electricity.
That's the end of the project, not the start. I can figure that one out. But when does the non-conforming use start?
So do you still want concerns about pre-existing non-conforming uses, and then when does the pre-existing non-conforming use?
Yeah, make them two separate.
Subject matter is pre-existing non-conforming use. That's the subject. Semicolon.
Two parts. Or two
Okay.
questions.
You take care, give it the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's it say?
Pre-existing non-conforming uses, semicolon, when does the pre-existing non-conforming use start?
Good enough for me. How about you guys?
And I spelled out semicolon, just to be clear.
There you go.
Appreciate that.
There's
How do you
always
spell
one
it?
in the crowd.
Yeah, I can't spell it.
I gotta take a walk.
Do we want to, well, we have to, I guess, several times in our public meetings, and then it's addressed in these papers, they brought up constitutional mandate section 2, or part 2, section 3, the right to clean environment. That was dialogue, so we probably need to address that. don't we?
Yeah.
Greater, take it to the.
It was addressed. It is.
So is that Montana Constitution?
Montana Constitution, do that.
What section or what?
Part 2, section 3. Want to write out what it says?
Well, what do you guys want in there? That's, if you wanna write out what it says, then we can write out what it says. If you have it written down, I'll just look at it and write it down.
Guarantees citizens the right to a clean, healthy environment.
Clean, healthy environment.
Yes, and the right to enjoy their lives. This is what they wrote down. It says, I personally didn't read it, but this is what they said it said. And the right to enjoy their lives, liberties, and protecting property. And seeking their safety, healthy, and happiness.
Let me see it. You went way too fast. Can you keep up with what you're talking?
Here, it's easier if you read it and write it. Because I'm gonna put in things that aren't there and take out things that are there, and that way you're seeing what's there. I certainly hope I'm not contagious. After 3 weeks, you can't be contagious, can you?
It's Article 2, Section 3.
Okay.
I. Last time I had a cold and went to the doctor,
Article 2, you said?
she asked what I was taking. And I said Tylenol, cold and sinus Mucinex D, and a shot of Hamilton at night. And she goes, I can't give you anything better than that, go home. I asked her for her doctor's note, and she goes, for what? And I said, the Pendleton, give my wife, and she goes, no, go home. Just go home, keep taking it.
I'll do that here.
Well, I go down to Murdoch's and but get ivermectin and
Take some course, Martin.
Oops.
It's amazing how many people are on that.
Keltner swore by it.
Yeah.
Kim called me one day and said, I heard you got COVID. He said he's just getting over it. He said, I went down to Murdoch's and
Okay, so if you're gonna quote the Constitution, you should probably know exactly what it says, which is Article 2, Section 3, called Inalienable Rights, guarantees that all people are born free and have certain inalienable rights, including the right to have clean and healthful environment, to pursue life's necessities, and to defend their lives and liberties. It has also included the right to acquire property and to seek safety, health, and happiness in all lawful ways, while acknowledging that these rights come with corresponding responsibilities.
sure, that's fine with me. It was just in our paperwork and that's,
So do you want just what it says, or do you want what you have written down?
we should probably quote the Constitution accurately. This is what the folks wrote down. I don't know how we want to address that.
Well, the constitutional statute, you can copy paste it, can't you?
I can, yeah.
Do that. I think
I
that,
just think that it's more, instead of someone's abbreviated version of what that says, if you're gonna quote it, it should
Yeah,
probably be
yeah, just put the
what it actually
constitutional,
says.
just
yeah, put what
copy
it is.
paste it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's important too.
We can plagiarize.
Yeah, that's
Better
right.
than Constitution.
Yeah. How dare you quote the Constitution? Gee,
Did that fix those hazardous lights?
Hmm?
Taking that battery. Cable.
Oh, I haven't been back to the
Oh, yeah.
car. No. I went over there to get it, to put the new windshield in and pick up his parts in front of the, no, I couldn't get it out.
Are you guys just doing the proponents and then you're gonna do the opponent side of it as well?
Sure, well, I don't know, I don't care.
I'm just asking because you had comments received that are in support of it as well, so. Or, opposed. I get confused. I think about two different things. Right. Yeah. Squeeze it past there.
Okay, the next thing I have on my list, are you guys kind of checking your lists off?
Yep,
Okay, on my list, I got participating landowners that did not sign the petition.
kind of
Concerns
to the
about
opposition.
participating landowners that did not sign the petition that are in the zone.
that are in the district.
or the proposed, the proposed zoning district.
Okay.
That have,
Right of decision on.
that
personal
have
property.
signed contracts.
With signed contracts. Okay, so I have concerns about participating landowners with signed contracts that are in the proposed zoning district.
Say it again.
Concerns about participating landowners with signed contracts that are in the proposed zoning district.
That sound right?
No, that's not right.
Concerns of what you're talking about though.
Concerns of
Impact,
concerns of landowners
Concerns of
That
their
were-
private property right.
that they were included in the district without their signing.
No, that's a different deal.
Yeah,
Oh,
concerns about private property rights concerning participating landowners. Is that getting close to what you want?
That have signed contracts.
Concerns about. I just said it and I lost it.
adverse
Okay.
effect.
Concerns about
Maybe.
property rights of participating landowners with signed contracts that are in the proposed zoning district.
well, they're just concerned about property rights in the district,
Their property rights.
their property rights.
Yeah, we're talking about property rights on both sides of the coin.
Yes,
Adversely affect private property rights.
You want me to read what I have again, or you guys?
Yeah,
one more time.
Okay, it says concerns about property rights of participating landowners with signed contracts that are in the proposed zoning district.
yeah.
That did not sign the petition.
Okay.
Covers that.
I added that on the end.
Is that right, Dennis?
I think so, yeah.
Now the other one. Concerns of the landowner upon being included in the district when they did not sign the petition.
So what I put is concerns of landowners that are included in the district that did not sign the petition.
Public participation of all property owners within the zoning, concern was public participation of all property owners within the zone was not done. Evidence shows signatures gathered for the zoning petition were selectively done.
Gerrymandering borders.
So how do you want that written? Do you want the first thing, do you want what she put in there, The concerns of landowners that are included in the district that did not sign the petition? And then you want your separate, or are you guys putting this together?
I think we're gonna put it together.
So tell me what you want written then.
Let me read this again. Public participation of all property owners within the zone is not done. We know that. Evidence shows that signatures gathered for the zoning petition was selectively done.
Strike that and put what he said, or it pretty well puts it together.
Public participation of all property owners in the zone was not done.
Public participation of all property owners was not done.
Within the zone was not done.
Within the district.
Zoning district, proposed zoning district.
Okay, public participation of all property owners within the proposed zoning district was not done.
Right, period. Evidence shows.
So is that supposed to mean that they didn't approach these people and ask them? to
That's
sign?
correct. Evidence shows. Signatures gathered for the zoning petition was selectively done.
Add that to that sentence.
So you want public participation of all property owners within the proposed zoning district was not done, and then you want something that added to
Period.
that,
Period.
okay?
New sentence.
Okay.
Evidence shows that signatures gathered for the zoning petition was selectively done.
We add gerrymandering to that.
Who knows what that means?
That has to do with voting elections and not with,
Selectively.
this is not a
selectively.
voting thing, no. That's
You don't think so?
gerrymandering has to do with creating of voting districts. It isn't
That's what they're
something,
doing in Texas
yeah,
and California.
California is
yeah, it's a
trying to
different topic.
obsolete each other.
Okay, so for your last thing, I've got public participation of all property owners within the proposed zoning district was not done. Evidence shows that signatures gathered for the zoning district were selectively done.
Private property rights is mentioned several different times.
Private property rights is on both sides.
Yeah.
Private property rights concerns
Adversely affect private property rights and adversely affect the value.
we've already addressed value, haven't we?
Yeah, I didn't mark it off on this paper. It was on the other one.
Did we address
No, you
land
didn't
rights for
address.
participating landowners?
No,
What did you
He
say?
did not address property values,
No,
not that I see anywhere in here, no.
do we have to separate the two or can we add them
Do you
together?
want me to print off what I got so you guys can look at it as you go? And that'll help you
Well-
review. Let me print it off and you guys can have a copy of it and then I'll just keep adding to it.
you know anything about motorcycles, Aaron?
Know how to ride them.
Do you remember that Harley Davidson V-Rod they come out with for a while?
Yeah.
Ever bought one? He found
Yeah.
an immaculate one.
Just what he needs is a
Yeah.
motorcycle.
Just time to stay out of the cow trails.
But Harley didn't like them because they went to Porsche and had the motor made.
Yeah.
Harley didn't like that. Sounds like a Harley, but it's a Porsche motor. It's a pretty bike.
Think you leave that at home for you?
Yeah,
What color is it?
chrome, a lot of
A
chrome,
lot of chrome.
Who bought it?
ever.
Everett did.
Ever got too
I
much
just stamped some
money?
random stamps on here to make sure that we don't mix them up with other stuff you're working on.
Oh, okay.
Copy past due.
Pass through copy.
Okay, so you can see what we've already done and then you can help you guide you on what else you want to add in there.
Go West 85,
Yep.
no lien, right?
No. Not on that.
They paid you to move it?
No, no, but they gave it. That pickup. My dad on his way to Great Falls. And he has
Oh my God.
and Brian rates coming out of town.
Take on the tremendous truck traffic during construction of our roads. Who would be responsible for maintenance and upkeep, but also speed limits and safety.
And dust control.
Speed limit and safety, yeah, that.
Speed limits and
Dust
safety.
control would have to be in that. Safety issue.
Policing it.
That falls on you.
That's you.
You want to comment on that?
So you want added at the end of that, after maintenance and upkeep, speed limits and safety?
That concerns about speed limits and public safety. Because I think that was just as much a concern as
Anything. Yeah.
how rough the road gets.
Yeah, Keeper perked up about that when that was mentioned at one of these meetings about
Okay.
speed limit and that dust. Cause we have that plume, especially when there's no wind.
One that we have not addressed, and I think this one's got merit is
God, what?
when rights of non-participating landowners that are adjacent to participating landowners. If I put up a wind farm here, my guidelines say that I'm gonna use them all. My guidelines say that if I'm gonna put up another tower, I wanna put it here, and I wanna put up another tower, I got specs here, so that I'm getting into clean wind again, maximum wind. So the non-participating landowner that's adjacent to the participating landowner.
It's a visual.
Yeah.
You're saying.
You're
50
using,
here and here.
you're using his wind. If he wants to put up a wind farm in the future,
He can't do it because the other one's too close.
he can do it, but he's, in order to get clean wind, he might have to have bigger setbacks than his neighbor.
Yeah.
Shane's posters.
Hmm?
Shane's posters.
Yes.
Yeah.
That has some merit.
Shane's posters.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Your
So the
circles.
non-participating landowner should be compensated, should be some type. Maybe there should be compensation.
Well, that's what that zoning, that's what the zoning's gonna be about, keeping that.
That would be between the wind company and the landowner, wouldn't it?
Well, if you're zoning, that's just the question, how does that affect that? The zoning would address that with setback. But that's a real question. How you wanna word that?
How
Right now, I
does a
just,
non-participating landowner protect his future wind property?
What did you say?
I just
They're
put
really close.
concerns about wind rights of non-participating landowners adjacent to participating landowners.
Can you put in there following a setback?
That's what you guys want there.
Or,
Well, how was it presented? I think that was mentioned in this.
It's the whole damn box.
I don't know how to word that. I haven't got that figured out.
Read it one more time to us.
When concerns about wind rights of non-participating landowners adjacent to participating landowners.
What did I say?
Is wind rights a real thing or just something that they made up?
Barbara Makarowski put it in her will.
There's quite a few people out north that have that in by cells.
I think Kelton did too.
I have what?
I mean, you put that wind right in there, but is it legit right?
Right.
Hasn't
I
been
was just
brought
curious.
before the card yet. Hasn't been tried.
Well, the concern, as you put this down, the concern is the non-participating and that setback to his property, and it's what Shane had brought us those maps, is you put that too close and then you rob the neighbor of his rights if he ever wants to put a tower up. He'd have to move it further over near his property because his wind rights are no longer available at his property line.
Or compensation to adjacent land. Or compensation.
Well, if the zoning district goes through, it's a moot point. No one can build.
With that,
I said, if the zoning district goes through, it's a moot point.
yeah,
No one can build a wind project.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Still, if the wind farm is there. If the wind farm is built, there should either be setbacks or compensation to adjacent landowners if he's using his
Non-
wind, his or her wind.
Right.
Non-participating landowner.
yeah, you just, can't we just say that what you just said?
I mean,
That, this is your findings for your decision on making the district or not.
right.
So are you saying that because there is no compensation for participating landowners or the possibility of wind rights, that you wouldn't vote for this zoning? I mean, that's what your findings are, right? Is to help decide how you're gonna do something. So when you put it in here, that if you put in there compensation as being a reason why you're not, you know, as a finding within your,
No, it's not put in as a negative, it's put in as a,
Well, okay, how about this? How about this? Let's just make it this way. Concern
okay,
about using adjacent landowners' wind rights,
No,
Perfect,
period.
period, perfect. You didn't add to it, you didn't take, it's just.
concerns about using adjacent owners' wind rights.
yeah,
That's what you want?
period.
Yes,
Okay,
whether they're in or out of the district would make any difference.
that makes sense.
I don't think it's a. Okay, then a renewal? No. No, I think it's gotta be. Yes, different, collectively. 16 years old. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, no.
Okay, we have a quote in our growth policy. The protection of private property rights should be paramount when decisions are made with regards to land use.
Right of discussion on this, right of decision on personal property.
73.
Is that quoted out of the new growth policy that hasn't been adopted yet?
Correct.
Wasn't it in the old policy?
I
though?
think so.
That's not anything new.
I've never read the old.
It's like page 9 or something.
Yeah, it's in the bullet
Do
point.
you want that quoted in here? Is that why you're reading it or?
That was one of the comments made.
Say that again, Chris.
That was one of the comments. that
I know, I'm just asking if you wanted in.
I don't know.
I think that's a very important comment. But it can be taken both ways.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's both sides of the,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
think it's a good thing to put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta look at both sides.
So the growth policy says what again?
Private property.
Protection of private property rights should be paramount.
Put in the protection of private property rights, okay,
Should be paramount
okay.
when decisions are made
Okay,
with regards to land use.
so I put the Prairie County growth policy, the protection of private property rights should be paramount when decisions are made with regards to land use. Is that correct?
Something we need to address too is because it's been brought up, migratory birds migrating and hunting, the effects of industrial development.
I never have found that article I was telling you about. Where
Okay,
What's that?
I found an article from either Norway or Sweden
this is a real tricky one.
that they painted one of the blades an off color. And it decreased the amount of migratory birds that were killed.
Yeah.
Just breaking up that visual.
Oh, sure, changes it as they,
Yeah, and I haven't been able to find the,
well, it was just, all I'm suggesting is brought up about, what does this do with hunting deer and antelope, whatever, and
Concerns
migratory
about
birds?
birds and wildlife,
Yeah,
or concerns about wildlife.
that's the concern.
We have ground nesting birds and we have the statements coming from the public that state we're not stopping wind, we're just reducing the height. Okay, my conclusion comes, you're gonna kill more birds with a shorter tower.
But it was just, the concern was the effect. And we have something here, just a separate issue from antelope, deer, and migratory birds. But Dan brought this in about what, or. So those would be two different issues. And a third issue I think you brought up one time, and I've heard it brought up by several others, is predator control. in those areas. So how do we
Put that down right now as we're thinking about it.
Concerns about predator control?
Concerns about
The ability
the ability
to control the predators.
by aerial hunting. And the cost.
What do you mean in the cost?
Airplane cost money.
Well, yeah,
Well-
but that isn't affected by,
The cost of predator control to be done on the ground.
would be increased because you're talking about instead of flying over shooting 20 or 30
And
coyotes.
the cost of alternatives at the end or something.
Yeah, cost of alternative predator control.
so I put concerns about the ability to control predators by aerial hunting and the cost of alternative predator control.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
That's, I think that's a biggie, no matter where it's at. I'm trying to figure out, I can't imagine us flying through that stuff over there, Clearwater.
there's
Yeah,
no
but-
way. There's no way you could.
I visited with government trappers or government flyer. That flies out of Billings. And he said if they have to do it, they will. But it is not cost effective because the turbulence that is created from the towers costs so much more
Variable.
Fuel. for them to make it through, or it takes so much more time to make it through. They try and avoid it, but if they have to go in there, it substantially increases the cost.
They're running choppers.
Yep, and the same thing with crop dusters. The cost is so much higher.
They could do
they-
it with drones, but I don't see how they could do it with plane.
Put in their predator and pest control. Cause that's hopper.
So instead of by aerial hunting, by aircraft. Because you're talking about pesticide,
Well,
And
maybe we
predator
ought to
control.
add another sentence
Well, if you
also.
get something different, you're talking about besides predator control.
But just stick with predator control.
Let's stick with predator control and then we'll put one in, concerns about pest control too. Aerial pest control.
Because it's two issues, two different.
Entities or whatever, yeah.
okay, I just put it on the end.
Aerial pest control would be difficult and cost prohibitive.
Dangerous.
It's all get out.
It's a safety issue.
Well, our crop dusters currently fly wherever, use the wind to their advantage, and with towers, you wouldn't be able to make that adjustment. I don't think, but I'm not a crop duster either. I just fire them.
I don't wanna be one.
No, although John
Yeah,
Baldwin
but-
did it for a lot of years and never got hurt.
Hours and hours of boredom with seconds of pure terror.
You got the pest control one down? Okay. Oh.
What about flex? And our birds?
Concerns about,
Ground
no,
nesting,
those are Lex for shark tails.
sharp tail, yep.
No sage grouse was in this, it's just sharp
No.
tails.
No,
Is that in sage grouse area or not?
We got Dale Trippy to take that all out,
Was that all taken out part of that?
230,000 acres.
33,000.
230.
I thought it was 233.
Okay,
Well-
children. Let's go.
Lots of acres.
Yeah, he was worried about the effect of this, would that cause migration or less?
Concerns about the negative effects to sharp-tail grouse leks.
Remind me, is Lex L-E-K or L-E-C?
L-E-K.
LEK.
Oh, L-E-K. I'm sorry. Spelled it wrong.
Okay,
I had a couple of comments on maintaining in the ability to maintain infrastructure, new jobs and tax revenue for the county.
You mean our inability now?
Well, wind farm would possibly provide more maintenance for infrastructure, a few jobs and tax revenue for the county.
as being what you're saying is that would go away if this district was passed, is that what you're trying to say, or
This was, yes,
we'd lose that if the district is passed, is what you're saying?
yep.
How do you guys want to word that?
What?
Having the wind farm would bring in more money for maintaining the infrastructure, new jobs, and possible tax revenue for the county.
Yeah, just that statement.
Yeah,
You guys want that statement just like that in there, concern?
That's what,
That's what the comments were.
Okay, say it again then.
Wind farm would bring in money for maintaining infrastructure, provide new jobs, and increase the tax revenue for the county.
Okay, got it.
concern. Is the zoning proposal targeting one industry? Another concern, zoning proposal, if the zoning proposal is put in as is, would the proposed wind farm still be able to be built?
So I put concern, if the proposed zoning district is established as is, would the wind farm still be able to be built?
Say again,
Concern, if the proposed zoning district is established as is, would the wind farm still be able to be built?
That's pretty much what you said.
yeah,
Yeah,
is that? Okay,
that's a comment.
let's talk about federal land for a little while. Checkerboard ownership.
They're still riding the fence, aren't they? They haven't agreed or disagreed.
There's no petition been sent or application.
They had,
been in.
the way I understand it, okay, this is the way I understand it. Dan wrote an argument that we could use federal land to attach private and private. He made the argument we could. The BLM first come out and says, no, you could not. But then we asked for a solicitor's opinion, and the solicitor's opinion is they have no opinion because they have no regulation that's ever addressed this issue. So they stayed silent. So as far as I know, is our county attorney's opinion that yes, you can use federal land to attach private and private within the zone is legal.
Until it's contested and proven otherwise. That would have to go all the way to Washington, wouldn't it?
I went to Billings.
So is there something you want put in there concerning that, or are you just talking about that as an issue?
Well, I think there's a concern both ways of whether some people think it should be used to connect private to private. And other people think it shouldn't be because it's BLM. We don't get to say anything else about, we don't get to make a comment on other uses.
I think we should just address state and BLM issues are concerned. Because state of Montana's looked at,
They're beyond our control,
well, they've looked at crossing,
corner to corner.
corner crossing. And how does that work? You'd have the same thing in essence with federal, so I'm not saying a yes or a no, I'm just saying it's a concern.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that. I never thought of that because the corner crossing issue is, they've been trying to get that, but it's not legal access
Yeah.
to go from private to federal. No, if you have federal to
What?
federal, you can't go federal to federal when you're kitty corner. You can't do it in the state of Montana. It's not legal access. So they're trying to get that through, but it has never went through.
Yeah, because the Supreme Court didn't rule on it, and the state of Montana came out and said that they're gonna look at it as an illegal crossing. Because they didn't make a decision at the Supreme Court.
Right, and I'm not saying we come down on one side of it or another, but there's a concern about. Cause it's been brought up before.
So how do you guys want that in there?
A concerned state and federal land being included.
Or crossing. Or included, we can put them both in there.
So a concern that the state and federal land is what? What's the concern?
Included or not,
Included in,
zoning district. Without their.
as a
approval.
boundary? Or just as private, as land?
There's two issues here. We have the one is issue of attaching private and private with federal and state. And we have the issue that federal lands do not have to comply with the zoning regulations. And neither does the state, actually. So federal and state do not, they can comply, but they don't have to.
Well, have the state,
Not that we fall on one side or the other, it's just a concern.
It's a concern.
So that's what I have, concern that state and federal lands
included in the zoning district for connecting private to private land or complying to zoning regulations.
I think you diluted a lot. I think if you just take that part out, that last part, whether it's in a district or not, whether they comply with regulation. Just keep it a sentence and just real short and sweet. Because you're wandering into
So-
areas.
Concerns that state and federal lands comply to zoning regulations.
There you go.
Has the state been approached with the application?
Yes, it's been postponed.
Yeah,
Because they're required to do whatever it is to make the.
Constitution says they gotta bring in the maximum amount of revenue for states to school, maximum amount of revenue for the schools on state trust lands. The question is what state trust lands up there and what is not. There might be some of the Sur Ranch that's not state trust lands. Might be just state land. So they
Okay, what's the
might,
difference?
well, section 16 and 36. All right,
Yep,
1636 out of every township
a school,
were school districts. And some of the other ones are either school districts or they're just state lands. They have different regs.
was 16 and 36 would be school trust,
For sure.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, I think that's right.
I didn't realize there was two different types of school land.
Well, state land, not school land.
State land,
It's
state
state
land, right.
Because I think when they made the conversion on our farm from BLM to state, those aren't trust lands.
The fish and game lands that they've bought, are they considered state land or that
It's state.
fish and game?
What is it, Terry? You're on the,
State land.
DNRC, it's not DNRC, is
It's
it?
all state land, regardless of whether.
It just categorized
yeah,
different.
it's just different categories.
Well, they have different uses and different rules
So
and
you're-
regulations, but they're all state property.
Now, do they pay taxes?
State property doesn't pay taxes.
What about conservation?
We have in the will, the SERS, the first thing that comes off the top on the revenue that comes in, the first thing that comes is payment to the county in lieu of tax.
Really?
Oh, really?
We get a pill check.
They come from the Sur Trust Fund itself or,
Comes from the Sur Ranch Trust. Is paid to the county every year in lieu of taxes.
I'll be darned. These for conservation easements that go through from the fish and game. Are those considered non-taxed?
I don't think it changes your property standing. It's an easement, so I don't know how it would change your property standing.
No.
Okay.
Because it'd be the same thing if the county had access through your property, that property isn't taken off the county rolls.
Right. There's getting to be quite a few of them.
It's different types.
We put in there how our concerns of federal and state having not to comply with the zoning regulations may affect view shed.
Well, how do you want to word that? Because remember, there was an issue not too long ago about, that was one of the primary concerns with, I think, the BLM office in Miles City about a view shed of something. And I don't think it was our land up here at the, what was that?
Did it have something to do with the foundation of the Big Sheep Mountain Hall? And they were.
Thing I remember about the view shed was out at the Potter River Depot when they were gonna put the camp in, they were gonna put a fence right beside the road. We were gonna build the road going in there. There, Burlington and Santa Fe was gonna put in the crossing at their cost.
Mm,
And we were gonna put a fence to keep the cows away from the.
Yeah.
And they didn't want the fence there because it was gonna ruin the pristine view.
yeah, but it was real.
No joke.
They did that at the depot, and they did it south of Miles City or somewhere around Miles City. They did it twice, just in short order. I don't remember what the
But
other.
their concern with view shed. My concern is people want to protect view shed, but you have no say over what happens on federal and state. You have
That's
public comment, but that's it.
They'll zone themselves out of having them, but the neighbors, the BLM will put them in,
Well, they could.
yeah.
It's a concern of mine that we're trying to protect view shed, but we have no control and checkerboard ownership. But we can leave it out or in, I don't care.
Put it in because it's there. Should be, you can't talk about too many things. You need to put it all on the table.
So what do you want put in
So
there?
my concern is if you lose your view shed and you've zoned your private where you maybe can't build, but you have to look at.
With zoning, you would have private limitations, but no control over the state or federal land.
You guys gotta put that in some sort of coherent statement there. You guys.
Come on,
Clerk Harry.
come on, come on. AI.
Right?
Help us, Harry.
This is
Help us.
HI and I'm not. Harry intelligence is not artificial intelligence. Do you have a concern about the view shed? I've got that.
Private property,
Protecting view shed becomes complicated because of federal, no jurisdiction over federal or state lands.
and leave it at that.
Okay, so how it becomes complicated over state and federal land?
With no jurisdiction over federal or state land.
Okay,
And checkerboard ownership.
Do you remember what Irma said on the 31st at the senior center? I believe her name is Irma from BLM.
So we didn't get the 25%.
She said that their biggest concern is gonna be the view shed and how do you camouflage a 600-foot tower.
Yeah, she did.
okay, so what I've got is concerns about
That's our
protecting view shed and how
better
it
with that.
becomes complicated with no jurisdiction over state and federal lands with checkerboard ownership.
Yeah,
Does that sound right? Okay.
read it back again.
You want me to read it forward or backwards?
Both.
Concerns about protecting view shed and how it becomes complicated with no jurisdiction over state and federal lands with checkerboard ownership.
Okay.
I had a comment on one letter about the decommissioning bond. they thought it should be upfront and revised every
Oh.
5 years.
Yeah, it was a concern. And I think that they said they put the decommissioning up front. Said they put the decommissioning up front, but that's kind of out of our,
Jurisdiction,
well, it's still a concern, so we have,
Address it.
yeah. It was,
So just a concern about decommissioning bonding?
yeah,
Okay.
a concern, school trust lands requirement to bring in maximum revenue for the schools.
is that something the public commission takes care of?
No, land board.
Landlord,
So the concern, school trust lands requirement to bring in maximum revenue for schools?
yeah.
Okay.
Concern, the county's inability to reduce taxes and still provide services in the future without increasing tax base. Without an increased tax base. Do you agree with that?
Yep,
Yes. Waste, it's waste.
So concern the county's inability to,
Reduce taxes and still provide services in the future without increased tax base.
impact
okay, so
fees.
concern the county's inability to reduce taxes and still provide services in the future without an increased tax base. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
There was a lot of comment on impact fees. You kind of figured out how to figure out what we possibly could get.
well, the impact fees are 0.5% of estimated project cost, which is $1.05 billion in Prairie County at this point in time with their setbacks
Right,
that could change because such setbacks could increase and they might have to move towers out of county. And at this point in time, it is $5 million a year, approximately, a little over $5 million a year for 3 years, for a total of $15 million upfront money. That is not tax money.
that wouldn't show up until after,
So $15 million.
Right.
after the field was in
No, as
use.
it,
Or would that be,
after each year, I think, first year, 26, 27, 28. I think that's what their impact statement even said.
So how do you want that put in here? Or do you want it put in here?
a possible impact fees would be a possible $15 million to the county.
So impacts fees would be a possible 15 million to the county.
Right.
Okay.
Put in there put in there in
Or the formula,
the
instead
formula
of dollars, would it be better to put the formula in
or both.
or both?
What formula?
0.5%
Put it in quotes.
of cost
Yes.
of project.
So 0.5% of estimated cost of project.
For each year for 3 years.
Okay.
We want to make a note on what that money could be used for.
It can be used for any governmental purpose. We can give it to the fair, we can give it to the town, some of it to the town of Terry, we can give some of it to the schools, we can give it all to the schools, we can keep all of it, we can do anything we want with it, so long as it's government. It's just like built.
Does the town get
No,
separate?
no, they don't get anything.
You might have asked a question, Todd.
Yeah.
When you figured that, and then you, or at the beginning of the meeting, you talked about the increase in mills. Is that based off of their projected towers, the number of towers that they're implementing?
Yeah, the number of towers that,
170.
177.
yeah, 170.
So that,
I used 170.
so that's including the towers.
Or no, I used 150.
So that could be including the towers that are on BLM, projected to be on BLM, as well as the towers that are on
I think
private
this
land
is
that people have
private.
contracts for.
The project cost, and the project cost that they're telling me was 1.05 billion in Prairie County.
I thought their plan didn't have any towers on BLM.
I don't
Am I
think
wrong?
they
I don't
plan,
know why-
They haven't,
They're on the map.
they have not applied.
No,
for
they
any,
haven't applied.
But they have applied for transmission, I think.
The map that I seen.
the original one.
It included BLM ground and that was 175 or close to that. With the BLM ground, and then there's some D ground that have projected towers on them that don't have a contract.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if your numbers that you're figuring include all of that as well.
Well, if you took 150, that's a conservative number.
Yeah, that's conservative.
To probably go around the non-participating landowners and keep 25 more towers.
I hate to get lost in numbers, cause I don't, wasn't it just 100 in Prairie County? I think we get off track if we start defining it as too narrow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
Sorry, I got
and you're
carried
not,
away.
and that's good conversation. We've got a tipping point here about what's been asked and what we're projecting.
Well, I was told approximately 150.
I thought they said 100 in Prairie County and 100,
It was a lot more than 100 here.
was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you're probably right. I thought the total
Number I got
project was,
177.
I thought the total project was 170 some.
In Prairie County, not including the other counties. When they
Prairie County,
presented it
is
to
that
us, it
many?
was our
Well,
county that they
You
were,
guys would know that. I don't know that.
you guys want to take lunch?
Yeah, let's break for lunch.
I think so. Boy, time flies when you're having fun.
Is this what that is? I did not know what fun was.
Just until this moment, huh?
Wait till my kids